Wee doggy, intellectualism ain't what it was. Jesus, there used to be rigorous intellectualism. My dad taught college. One reason I heard many college teachers speak when I was a kid because they were in proximity with my family. Dad taught college, and lots of teachers lived near us, and I grew up hearing college teachers talk. Teachers are some validating ass motherfuckers. My dad sure was. And a lot of them were. They needed to validate a philosophy. For instance, there were some philosophy teachers who did a beautiful job of validating a school of thought. There were people in the English department similarly. We had an annual, I believe, Bloomsbury observance. It was a small college town. I grew up in. The Bloomsbury observance was a small thing, in a college town among a few. I haven't really given a hot rat's ass about any Bloomsbury festivals in decades. I just only remember. I almost used the word piety, but that's not a good word for a Bloomsbury. It's not the right thing to say. Reverential. What it was is 100 years after the real Bloomsbury group, Leonard Woolf, Virginia Woolf, Lytton Strachey. I can't hear who the hell Andre Gide was. No, he wasn't. Fuck me. I can't remember where Gide fits in. Fuck me. I'm not that great a scholar. I just feel horrid. Horrid, I tell you. I'm suffering. I'm suffering histrionically as I do this. And I can't remember what I'm talking about. Hold on a sec. I was going to talk about a certain disaster in the area of academics. One of my worst and meanest theories is there's a diminishing return on secondary education, like the more individuals receiving bachelor's degrees, the less valuable the credential may become. One reason, a subset to that, subscript. The market was at one time flooded with people in various specialties, and once a specialty is obsolete, the credential may be obsolete. The school I went to, a state school, was great for sustaining programs that were obsolete. Anyhow, where was I going with this crapola? I'm going to have to write a song about the onset of Alzheimer's disease. I can't remember the fucking lyrics, though, or they just go all over the place. I digressed again. Academics. There's some real... Oh, my goodness. Here's what I was trying to get at earlier in a recording and slipped my mind. Political science. See, the more people, once you have just a glut of individuals certified at the PhD, master's, whatever level, there's a collective authority on the subject of politics. One of my theories is that very phenomenon, just a glut of individuals who have studied the study of political science, has had an influence on the DNC, the Democratic National whatever conference, and ultimately the presidency itself. And my theory is that the United States presidency has been reduced to garbage by way of a plenary of political scientists. At the founding of the United States, there was no plenary of political scientists. There were a group of people composing the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and whatever paper butt wipe these men produced, and women produced volumes of written butt wipe upon which we believe our country is founded. Currently, the presidency has been shaped by aggressive politics, in some degrees indoctrinated in universities. The United States has become a college of universities. The United States has become an institution, and politics may be, in fact, a sort of institutional behavior. Individuals trained in political science they're publishing material on the subject that's of interest, New York Times, New Yorker magazine, publications everywhere. These academics have too much influence. Back to the theory. It's a diminishing return on secondary education once pieces of shit predicate their career on a master's degree in political science. If they're not teaching in college, they might be an activist or professional meddler. They might work for and this is typical, a tax-exempt organization in one capacity or other. Archivist is one word among a billion for these people. Fundraisers, they may become, I've seen this, excruciating. Ouch. I worked for too many telemarketing firms when I was younger, and sorry, people with master's degrees working in the phone room, desperate to get ahead, suffering through a miserable, shitty career with their whatever degree in political. It wasn't just political science. There are subspecies of people with obsolete, shitty credentials, and they turn up in low-paying job slots, such as I usually had before I retired. Embitterment is such a wonderful thing. Me and my stupid theories. No, it's a diminishing return on secondary education. Like people are illiterate. Once people have reasonable literacy, good enough, and they're applied. People apply their skills in their trades, whatever. People learn to deal with one another better. Good. The downside is people learn at school how to attack one another, how to undermine people, how to contradict. People are taught to feel entitled to importance. A master's degree or PhD authorizes people to be a piece of shit. They're as fallible as anyone. People with PhDs are fallible. Oh my God. Also, I think there was a perfectly well understood and founded elitist view of secondary education. The cost of it is irrelevant. If it was closely held among an elite social class, yeah. The working class is trained technically in some cultures. Some people believe it's best to train the working class for the work they'll be doing. And an elite social class may be intellectuals, philosophers, the arts and sciences. It was believed a long time ago the arts and sciences were elite by nature. Anyway, again, we go back to the fact that there's a diminishing return in putting assholes through college. That was such a crass way of talking. Plus these assholes, all subjects, desperate assholes in all fields of study owe shitloads of money and are desperate. There's a breakdown in ethics as people become desperate to pay their school loans. They'll do anything for money after leaving college. This has been a shitty report on shitty facts of life. Thanks for listening.